Hello and welcome to AP Economics for 2020. I'm Dr. Ray and this is my office instead of meeting with you in the classroom that we will be using. 2020 has been a very odd year and so it continues to be. This is where I've been teaching from for the past 2 weeks and where I will continue teaching on our Monday online classes. Normally we will be in room 434, which is on the terrace level of the gymnasium building near the practice field. But let us get started with our parents' evening here. So the first semester will be microeconomics, and the second semester we will cover macroeconomics. The textbook is McConnell and Brew and Flynn. I hope you've seen this at your house. You either bought a new copy or you got an old copy for your son, or you got an electronic version, which is fine. He can be using his laptop in class, his cell phone if necessary, but hopefully if he's using an electronic version, he'll be using his laptop in the classroom. We're using the 21st edition, so if you got an earlier edition, the 20th edition, that can work. Some of the chapter numbers are different, and he can check that out with me or one of his peers and make sure he's reading the correct chapter as we go through the semester. The syllabus. I have attached a copy of the syllabus to the announcement in Canvas that you clicked on to get this recording. So you can take a look at it yourself, print it out if you would like. The syllabus includes the course description and the objectives on the first page here. It also includes the outside reading that I want your son to do. There are 6 books. He needs to choose one of them. These are all paperbacks. They've been around for a number of years. They're all available on Amazon. We've talked about them online and a little bit in class last week when we had our orientation, and we got to meet in class briefly on Friday last week. Hopefully he has already ordered and begun reading his outside reading book. You can take a look at the list. They are some very well-known books. The Worldly Philosophers has been around for many, many years. Very well-known book. And then there are several others. New Ideas from Dead Economists, The Accidental Theorist by Paul Krugman, Freakonomics, which is good for the microeconomics portion of the class, not so good for the macroeconomics portion. Your son should read a different book for the macroeconomics second semester, and a couple of others. The expectations and requirements are there. The grading method is there. We will be having quizzes and objective tests throughout the semester. Some of them will be multiple choice, some of them will be free response. The idea is that's the mix that is on the usual, the normal AP microeconomics exam and macroeconomics exam. And please note that there are 2 exams that I'll be preparing your son for, not just one. The microeconomics exam and the macroeconomics exam, 2 separate exams that you'll see a bill for eventually. So you'll realize that there are 2 tests that he'll be preparing for. I will be asking them to write, to do some further outside reading, to do what I call article reviews or article reports. I'll ask them to read an article from either an economics magazine such as The Economist, or find an article out of a daily newspaper, whether it's the San Diego Union or the Wall Street Journal. It was a great source. Time magazine sometimes has some very good articles on the economy. So they will be asked to read 2 of those during the first semester and then 2 more during the second semester. And when they write their article review and turn that in, they'll be relating the material they read in that article on a recent event in the American economy. They'll be relating that to the outside reading book that they have read, to our textbook, and to the lectures, discussions that we've had in class. And they'll be graded on their ability to integrate all that and write a good review of that article. There will be a corporation report due in November, and I'll be giving handouts to your sons on exactly how to do these article reviews and the corporation report over the next couple of weeks here. This is an interesting year, to say the least, to be teaching economics. Frankly, every year since 2008 has been an interesting year in one way or another to be teaching economics at the introductory college level. Especially with the ups and downs of the unemployment rate, what the Federal Reserve is doing, what the Congress is doing in terms of trying to support the economy in bailouts that they may be passing, what the state of California is trying to do. All of these things are going to come up sooner or later as we go through microeconomics, but especially second semester in macroeconomics. That's where it's really going to be interesting to talk about the policies of the federal government and the Federal Reserve and local governments in regard to the economy. The course will ultimately conclude with a final exam, I hope, as long as we can stay on campus and continue to meet in person. We will hopefully have final exams as we normally do. If you have any comments, questions, concerns about the class, please send me an email or call my phone. My phone number and my email address are on the syllabus, and of course you can find them on the Saints website as well. So looking forward to an interesting year. I hope that the material in this class winds up being a topic of discussion at your dinner table from time to time, or just while you're driving around and asking your son. He'll probably say, we covered stuff, but hopefully you can get a little discussion going on the things that we're talking about in class and the variety of ideas that will be presented. So thank you very much for tuning into this video, and hopefully we'll be able to have some future meetings on campus as the year goes on. So have a good evening. Thank you very much for tuning in.